Maybe this feels familiar. You're staring at your phone, wondering if you should block her to stop the pain or if you should send one more message hoping she'll finally respond. Your chest feels heavy. Your mind keeps replaying every word, every moment, trying to figure out what went wrong. If this is you, you know that sinking feeling, the silence on the other end, the way your stomach drops every time her name pops up, or worse, when, it doesn't. Part of you wants to cut her off completely, but another part of you can't let go. You keep asking yourself, should I reach out? Should I wait? Did I push her away? Or does she even care at all? You feel stuck between two extremes. Block her and pretend you're fine, or beg for her attention and lose your dignity. Neither feels right. Neither feels like it will actually take away the pain you're feeling right now. But what if there was a third option, something you haven't tried yet, something that could shift everything in your favor without you chasing, without you begging, without you losing yourself? What happens if you stop doing what feels natural and start doing this instead? Most men get this wrong because they act from emotion instead of strength. When she pulls away, the instinct is to either cut her off completely, hoping it will somehow get her attention, or to beg for her back, hoping it will win her over. Both come from the same place, fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, fear of being alone, and fear never creates respect. A core masculine principle most men overlook is this: attraction is not built in pursuit, it's built in presence. When you block her, you're not showing strength. You're showing you can't handle the tension. When you beg, you're not showing love. You're showing you've lost yourself. Neither draws her in. What shifts everything is when you stop reacting to her and start standing firmly in who you are. Calm, grounded, certain. You don't chase, you don't cut off, you simply hold your frame and let her feel the difference. That's when she notices. That's when she wonders. And that's when the dynamic begins to change. He's lying on his bed, phone glowing in his hand. The room is quiet, but his head is loud. Thoughts circling like vultures. Her name sits at the top of the screen, the last message still unanswered. His thumb hovers over two options: block or type out another text. Neither feels right, but the ache in his chest keeps whispering, do something, do anything. The clock ticks. His jaw tightens. He imagines her laughing at someone else's joke, moving on without a second thought. His stomach twists. If I block her, maybe she'll notice. If I beg, maybe she'll come back. Both choices feel like losing. The silence is heavy. He remembers the way she once looked at him, like he was unshakable, like she felt safe in his presence. When did he stop being that man? When did he trade calm strength for restless panic? He drops the phone on his chest and exhales. The urge to react is strong, but somewhere underneath the noise, a quieter truth cuts through. What if I don't do either? What if I just stand still, let her feel the space, and let her wonder? The phone buzzes in his hand. For the first time in days, he doesn't rush to look. He just closes his eyes, breathing steady, and waits. A lot of men believe that blocking her is strength. They think if I cut her off, she'll realize what she lost. But that's not strength, that's avoidance. True strength is being able to feel the discomfort, stay calm in it, and not let it dictate your next move. When you block out of emotion, you're not leading, you're reacting. Another belief is that begging somehow proves how much you care. But here's the truth. Love without self-respect isn't love at all, it's need. And need pushes people away. What really draws her back isn't how much you chase, it's how grounded you are when she expects you to fall apart. She didn't ghost you, you disappeared from yourself. Stop trying to convince her, start reminding yourself. The 3% man doesn't play the extremes, he doesn't block out of anger, and he doesn't beg out of fear. He understands that both of those come from the same place, a lack of control within himself. This is what he understands. Attraction isn't about doing more or doing less, it's about being. When she pulls back, most men panic. But the 3% man knows that space isn't the enemy. It's where desire breathes. He doesn't see her distance as rejection. He sees it as a moment to stand firm in who he is. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. He's not chasing validation in her responses. He's not defining his worth by her attention. He holds steady, calm, grounded, because he knows she'll feel that energy more than any text, any call, any desperate attempt to win her back. And that's why she leans back in, curious, drawn to the man who doesn't lose himself when she steps away. He sits in the dim light of his room, phone in his hand, pulse quickening every time the screen stays blank. Hours feel like days. The silence feels like rejection carved into his chest. He almost types another message, almost hits block, but then something inside him pauses. In the stillness, he sees himself, not as the man begging for scraps of attention, not as the man trying to erase his pain with a single swipe, but as the man he used to be before all this noise. Strong, certain, whole. It hits him like a quiet truth. He's been waiting on her to validate what was never hers to give. His worth doesn't live in her replies. His value doesn't rise and fall with her interest. A slow breath fills his lungs, heavier than the last. For the first time, the phone feels light in his hand, almost irrelevant. His shoulders drop, his heartbeat steadies. He doesn't need to chase. He doesn't need to prove. He just needs to remember. And in that moment, he does. The moment you stop trying to hold on to her is the moment you finally hold on to yourself.